So hold on, wait 1 second. So
double standard.
So wait, hold on 1 second. You can say that to me, but I can't say that to you.
Yeah.
This one's a bit catfishy.
Which one?
This one is a tiny bit. Have you ever made that clear?
Yes. It's in every single one of my profiles.
What do you say?
It needs to start with a 6.
It has to start with a 6.
It has to start with a 6.
Right. What if it's a 5'11"?
No. And he just looks at the time. He's like, yo, damn, I gotta get home to my wife. And I was like, what did you just say? Sorry. What? I'm not able to handle myself and I think I'm gonna do something. Please don't. No, like something's gonna happen. Like, I don't think I can control myself. No.
Yes. So, listen, yeah. The other day, someone came up to me and they was like, yo, Chucks, man, I want to get the Manscaped thing or whatnot. Like, should I get it? And I'm like, bro, you lot think that just because I'm doing an ad that, like, I'm just saying it for the sake of doing it. Let me tell you something here. I don't know if I could actually do an ad for something that I don't really check for. I don't know. Maybe I could. Maybe. Depends on how much bread they're giving.
Yeah,
but trust me when I tell you, you see this Manscaped thing? Absolutely certified. I didn't bring the product with me right now, but I'll tell you what you're going to do, East Africa. Put me talking about it before holding the Lawnmower 4.0. Yeah? Listen, the Lawnmower 4.0 is absolute sensational stuff. I've been telling you. A lot of men out there have been looking at, like, how can I trim my pubic hair? How can I trim my... Like, how can I do it without cutting myself? I'm telling you, the Lawnmower 4.0 is the absolute truth. I have been having even some of my... Do you know what I'm going to do? Let me do this.
And the same girl, off the back of watching your show, bought me the Manscaped.
Right.
She bought me the Manscaped.
Right.
No, I ain't used it yet, Chuckie.
He ain't used it, but he's got it.
I don't know, but...
So listen, honourable shout out to the women out there that are looking after their men and saying, you know what? I've got something for you. Something a little bit different. The Lawnmower 4.0 Manscaped. You can get it 20% off. All you got to do is go to manscaped.com and you can get 20% off by using our promo code. All you have to do is type in HCPod. You get 20% off and free shipping. And you know, free shipping nowadays means something because of price, you know, and Brexit and all of these type of things. It could work in hand for you. So listen, go and do that. The same person also said to me, Chucks, I thought you was capping about the boxer shorts. I'm honestly telling you, no joke. You see the Manscaped boxer shorts?
Huggums.
What? Brother, let me tell you this. You see we all do the Calvins and whatnot.
Yeah.
You see these ones, bro? Nah, bro. Absolutely, no. I know, I hear you. But let me tell you this, yeah. The Manscaped boxer shorts are absolutely certified as well. So either, if you've already got the Manscaped already, go in there, go back and go and get yourself some, go and get the boxer shorts. Or if you're financially up, might be payday for you, whatever it may be, and you've bought the Manscaped, the 4.0 lawnmower, chuck that in there as well, man. You got 20% off and free shipping. If you're listening to this, manscaped.com. If you are watching this, there's a link in the description, yeah? Love, enjoy the show. Just if you're watching this, by the way, that's not Skits' handbag, I promise you.
I mean, it goes with his outfit, so it works. It works.
She knows it's real. She really did.
Maybe the high heels sticking out are not yours.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah,
Right?
don't let them.
Firstly, can I just say, I like the way that you just walked in here almost like it was just your front room straight away.
I mean, it's
very
a nice
comfortable.
Vibe. I'm always very comfortable with a group of guys. That's my vibe, yeah.
Why is that?
I grew up
so do I.
with all men. Like literally no female presence. My dad, my brothers, 13 older male cousins. And then by the time I was in high school, I was just rolling with the boys.
Right.
Sports, poker, drinking. We just vibed. Oh, and video games. Those sessions were long.
Did you ever as well have like, you see in the group of Mandem,
yeah,
that one girl that like was just with them? I had that.
Well,
I was always that girl.
We got Yinka. Shout out to Yinka.
Yeah.
She's but like when I was growing up, yeah, there was always one. There's one that can get with the boy. Like she can hang.
You know, actually, yeah, the girl that was like always with the Mandem from when I was young, ended up obviously dating one of my close friends, and they're still together now. They've been together for like 15 years or so, maybe even more so. But she was just like the Mandem. She was like one of the Mandem.
I'm usually off limits, so whenever new boys
off
come
limits.
In, yeah. When
are you the one? Are you the one where like when the new Don comes, they're like, no, you can't really talk.
Don't talk to her. She's off limits.
Which then makes you want to chat to my man even more, innit? It's that kind of vibe, innit?
I mean, I would rather be able to hang out with the boys.
Yeah.
And keep it kosher. So.
Okay. So listen, everyone, like, because I know some people are probably thinking, what the hell is happening here? Yeah? And I'm gonna, because Skits doesn't really know either.
Surprise.
So, if you're listening to the pod, then you know you're just hearing voices, which is cool. If you're watching, then you're only gonna see two of us, but you're not gonna see who is actually in here. But what actually happened is we had a conversation last week. Yeah. Oh, can I just say? I don't revisit conversations, yeah? Okay. Like, I don't just revisit. So don't think that you could just message me and think, oh, because you spoke about this today, that next week we're going to talk about it, because that isn't how it works. Unless you are like some qualified, you know, when you hit me with the, yo, I'm a qualified this, that. You're like, if you hit me with that, I'm a qualified whatever, then there's a whole different thing. But basically, we was talking about ghosting, me and Taser. Yeah, I was having a conversation about ghosting or whatever. And it was a sick conversation. Then I got a message from this lady. Can I say your name?
Yeah.
Or can we say
Yeah,
Ree?
you can say my name.
Ree.
Yeah.
Yeah? Boom. So I got a message from Ree. Right. Ree hit me on a vibe of, listen, like it was about ghosting, innit? And you was basically just saying, look, you've been in the country for what, 5-6 years or whatever.
A few years.
No family here.
No nothing.
No nothing, no
Moved
friends.
here with my backpack.
Right. Moved here with her backpack. And most of her social interactions have come from dating, right? Which then when I stopped reading at that point, because I stopped reading at that point, and I thought, right, because like, you know, I've always thought, I wonder how mad it must be to just move to a whole different country, yeah?
It's also the
no
sixth
family,
time
no
I
friends.
did it.
Huh?
I've done it 6 times. I've lived in 6 different countries.
Blouse and skirt.
Heat map crazy.
I'm telling you. Yeah, innit? So like there's that, and then it's like, right, you move to a whole different country. The only way that you would usually just meet people is at work. Or dating.
Yeah. That's it.
Like linking people and that, innit?
That's it.
But then the message went on to talk about like some of the experiences
madness
that you've had in dating within this country. Yeah. And like some of the things that you listed.
Here comes the list. Here comes the list.
You know what? We're gonna go through them.
Go through the list.
We're gonna go through the list. But before we do that, yeah, what brought you here? Like, why are you here?
Okay, so I've been traveling for like the past 20 years. Yeah, left home a long time ago. I spent a year backpacking around the world by myself, just seeing everything, doing everything, and I was just like, I can't go back to Canada. You can't. If there's one thing that happens after you've been everywhere and seen everything, you can't go back home.
Right.
What are you going to do? So I was like, all right, let me just try somewhere else. So I was like, I'm going to try living in Germany for a bit. I'm going to move to South Korea. I'm going to move to Thailand.
Ain't Germany dead? No disrespect, yeah, but isn't Germany dead?
Yeah, I didn't last there too long, to be honest.
No, what? Sorry, like
I really didn't. I wasn't
like no disrespect to all the like no disrespect to you lot, but like imagine just moving and saying, yo, like I'm gonna move to Germany.
I mean, like, it was with a guy.
It
was with a guy.
Bro.
Berlin's beautiful, but I'm saying for vibes. Berlin's
Berlin's lit, bro.
Berlin's lit.
It's lit like just one place, Berlin.
It's lit.
All right. Only in Fashion Week.
Yeah, see there. There's a cool brand from there, though, I believe. That I wear some of their clothes, but yeah. Anyway,
okay.
Go on.
So yeah, I tried a couple different places, and they just didn't fit for me. So then I tried going back to Toronto, and I was like, too cold, too dead. I can't do this anymore. And other than New York, the only city that made sense to me, culturally, food-wise, music, just like the vibes, I was like, it has to be London. Right. It has to be London. And so I came here. I think I went on my first date like the second day. I didn't even have a bank account set up.
Oh, yeah.
I like landed and I was like, Tinder it up. You, date, drinks, dinner, let's go.
Oh, bro, okay. I love that, man.
But what did you want out of that?
to meet someone, to have a nice conversation, to not just be sitting there being like, oh, I have to get a job, I have to get an apartment, let's go out, let's do something, let's talk.
Yeah, spontaneous.
Yeah.
Tinder's a funny one,
bro.
though. I think Tinder's a funny one, man.
It's a funny one now.
Go.
It wasn't back then. Tinder was legit back then because of course there's people looking for hookups. That's going to happen no matter what app you're on. You could be on eHarmony and some guy's still going to be like, yo, come through at 2 a.m. because men are men.
Yeah, fact.
Shoot your shot, right? Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? She's going to say no.
Yeah.
But Tinder back then,
I think when you know she's
decent.
from a different country and you just got here, there's something about that, innit?
That still exists now. I actually think that's one of the reasons I struggle with dating even now, because men don't take me seriously. They think I'm going to be some sort of holiday romance. And I'm like, big man, I live here. Like, calm down.
They're thrown off by the accent, bro.
But it's attractive, though.
Yeah, that's what attracts them as well, though. Yeah,
right. The accent's attractive, but then also the idea behind... Rush is not from... Do you know what?
Not from here.
And
do you know
also,
what?
I don't
can
know
I just say,
anybody.
I just thought this, yeah? I was saying this even in regards to like the conversation I was having with Taser, yeah? When we was talking about cheating. I can't remember, you might be able to tell me the context, but I think we was talking about like how it affects men, women, whatever, and I was saying that it affects us all the same way, but just in different percentages and whatnot, yeah? And one of the things that I was using to explain that was that like the sex part of the cheating for men is such a big deal. Yeah, it's a massive deal. Not to say that it isn't for women, of course it is, but also that emotional connection that you might build with a woman, like another woman buns women. What do you mean you're building an emotional connection with a woman? With men, it's like, what, did you have sex with my man? It's almost like it's almost like we have this issue with like preservation. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, like, you're not from here, you could just be mine. Or like, yo, how many people have you slept with? What's your body count? What, you been with too much men? Can't really handle that one. Do you get what I'm saying? There's something about the preservation that leans man into women sometimes. So because you weren't from here,
didn't grow up here,
you didn't grow up here,
you got no friends, your cousins,
you ain't got no friends, no
boys.
family, all of that, yeah. Oh, this is
fresh
the
meat.
Fresh meat.
Yes, sir.
What are you talking about? Straight from the meat shop.
Her saying, I don't know anyone here is a godsend.
What? Big. Oh my God.
Factory reset for the Mandem.
Looking like that.
Factory reset for the Mandem. Factory reset for the Mandem.
Oh, this is
preservation.
Preservation.
Anyway, it might be a grey, bro.
Listen, I need you guys to be like my cheerleaders on nights out. This is the type of hyping up I need before my next date.
So how did that date go then?
I mean, I used to be into white boys back then, so.
What does that mean?
I went through I've gone through phases. I dated white guys for a really long time. And then I dated my first black guy.
And then what does that mean?
Once you go black.
The game changed.
Yeah, but did you go Asian at any point?
You know what?
How was Korea? I know you had a bad time in Korea.
No, I didn't have a bad.
Philippines.
Korea was the best time of my entire life.
Crazy.
Korea
at least
is
gave it the best
unreal.
time of her life.
Korea was a bubble though. Korea wasn't real. That's not real life.
Okay,
Korea was next level. In 2012, they already had, Wi-Fi underground and 4D movies, and Korea isn't a part of this planet. What's happening there, how advanced they are, what people are doing, the way they're thinking.
I'm sorry that I've
next level.
Her dating the first black. I shifted the
No, because you know
to Asia.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what though? Isn't that a bit of a myth?
What? Once you go?
Yeah, like what is that?
No,
really?
but it started somewhere. It was trending. It was #1 trending at one point.
What? Once you go black?
Yeah, it was like.
I just feel like that's a bit like.
I reckon in the 90s, that's when it was trending. That's when it first came on the scene, and
no, you said it one episode.
Ain't it a tad bit gone?
You said it was like the forbiddenness of it, like.
I think that's all it is, man. I don't think.
Nah, man. What, to white girls then? Yeah.
Nah, because obviously there's that
taboo from
fetish
back in the
element.
day.
There's a fetish element of it, yeah. But it's like, I don't know. Like, I actually need to think about this properly before I articulate it. But obviously I'm a black man, innit?
What's the
So of
fetish?
course,
Big
but like,
dicks?
huh?
What's the fetish?
That's
Oh, just
also a
being-
myth, by the way.
That's a myth.
Fact.
Not all black men have the slong.
Nope.
Look, I'm
Seen
not
a
gonna
lot
sit
of
here
porn.
and say
You lot
I got.
do.
I mean,
I've seen a lot of porn. You lot do.
me. See,
You lot do.
I'm not gonna sit
Yo,
here.
you're bad.
I think the majority do.
Nah, man. Look, let's be clear. I'm 7 and light change, decent girth with a beauty spot. I'm not gonna sit here and say,
Twinsies.
"Come on, my brother." My things, but it's It's good. You
Yeah,
understand
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
But it's not the mad.
You look mad.
Oh
with
my.
A, you look mad with a long. You look like.
Oh yeah, but see, even with me now with the
Your
7 and light
proportion
change.
perfectly basically.
Right. See for me, 7 and light change on me is proper.
Come on, that's
with the
props.
with the beauty spot. Come on, bro, I'm up. I'm up. No, I'm up.
Yeah.
I'm up. But
Handsome
to
piece.
debunk that is a myth. But
Nah,
I
I
think
hear you,
that
I hear you.
that is somewhere in people's. People think about that, innit, as a thing of like when they see black men in particular,
It
they
derives
look
from
at them
porn,
like.
though.
But that is problematic, though.
It
You can't
derives
just look
from
at.
porn. What we see on porn is what we think that is
That's
the
the
reason
first
why.
time. That's the first
Because
time.
Yeah.
you, man, get me, is what we know of and what we've seen. Because we ain't seen every black man, obviously, pause, but
Yeah.
when we're watching porn.
And also,
BBC,
That's
bro.
problematic, though.
but in
It's
porn,
BBC,
that's why it's
it's a genre.
BBC, right? It's
Of
not
course.
WBC or ABC.
Yeah, it's only BBC,
ABC would
bro.
vibe.
You
But
will
that's
never see
problematic,
ABC.
No, you never see.
Only in the alphabet when you're learning. That's the only time you see ABC.
I know, I hear that. Bare skinny wood and that.
So what was that like though? She was saying she was dating a black guy. So
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so my first experience going out with a black guy, it wasn't just about how he looked. It was literally the first time in my life ever I felt fully accepted by a man.
Right.
Does that mean he was
Okay,
ugly,
interesting. Hold on.
Sorry?
Does that mean he was ugly though?
No, that doesn't mean he was ugly, but
You're
it
just saying
was
that he was.
it was beyond his looks, right? We vibed music-wise,
Right.
food-wise, culturally, how we were raised.
Right.
And in my experiences with dating, I've always been like, oh, I'm not the skinny girl.
Right.
You know, I don't have this skin. I don't have hair like this. And this guy made me feel beautiful.
Come on.
Like proper beautiful.
Right.
And he was like, you know, wear the tight jeans, wear the short skirts. Like, look at your body. I didn't know a man could say that to me.
Yeah.
And every black guy after that makes me feel beautiful, makes me feel like a woman, makes me feel appreciated, sexy. It is so much more than
hear
just
it.
the person. It is the culture.
Right.
I want to feel that way. And that doesn't mean that every black man has treated me well, nor that I'm opposed to dating other guys. But I'm going to see you and be like, beard, check, skin, check, clothes, check, vibe,
Camera
check.
zoom in on Chuckie, please.
Do you know what I mean, though?
Check.
It makes my life
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
easier
yeah.
when we have
Yeah.
so much in common. It's just easier because I'm immediately going to feel comfortable and at ease with you,
Right.
which is going to make you comfortable with me, and we're going to vibe.
Right.
It makes
what's up.
life easier.
Yeah.
I don't have time to date 8 billion guys to find the one.
Well, you kind of have those still.
Slide.
Boy, I've gone out with everybody. Legit.
What's
Wait,
the
let me
the
go to-
time stamp? 3 month, 2 month
what?
contract. When
Let
you're
me go
with
to this
it, like
message.
you're going from one guy to another.
What, in terms of first
Dating.
dates?
Yeah, dating. Yeah.
It could be a couple hours. It's a first date.
Well,
like,
hear what she said. Do you know what? I don't want to wheel
Yeah.
off. I don't want to wheel off like because I would like to do this
a first
separately
date.
because I'm curious to just. I'm just curious to hear your experiences in these things that you.
it's a long list. Let's
Because
go.
I think we can all, in some way, relate to some of. Actually, before we even do that, quick side note. You see this sitting on the face thing?
Yes.
Like, is that really the wave?
Yes.
Let's be clear. No, not for us. For women.
Oh.
Let's
sorry,
be
sorry,
honest.
Sorry.
Is that really the wave?
What, me sitting on him?
Yeah, on a man's face.
No.
So like,
I want to
is-
be comfortable. That's not comfortable.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I feel like let's
hear
be
it, though,
let's
what
be
you're
honest
saying.
with women. Yeah, like
That's just a skull and the bones. You're just,
where does that
and the-
come from?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I'm on it. Don't
Bro,
get it twisted.
can I
I'm on
tell you
all of
something?
it.
When man are horny, we say the most outlandish stuff.
But I feel like
Big
And
women
I
say
think
it
someone
too,
went
though.
through with it one time and just said, "Sit on my face."
Right,
I need you to sit on my. That's and in terms of the brer being dominated.
right.
So he's giving in, and he wants to feel dominated by what he's after.
So that's what it is with women as well. Then it's more like it's not so much the thing of.
Yeah, when a
like
girl
this feels
says,
so good.
"Fuck my
This
face,"
is more like, yo, I
It's
want
kind
to
of the same
dominate
thing
you.
when a girl says "fuck my face."
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Oh, listen, man. I'm down. Obviously, I'm down for it and that. But I'm just like, I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm like, have you ever really been comfortable? Do women actually, are they actually comfortable doing that? Is it a comfortable position to be in?
No.
While we're there.
And it depending on how you're positioned. Because you
Listen,
can be hovering
not all of
over
us
his
have
face.
those Meg the Stallion knees. Like, we're
Right.
gonna get
You can be
tired.
hovering. Enough girls don't
Mad.
have that knee work.
Nope.
What, just being on your knees?
Oh, being on the knee.
Imagine you're on your knees but hovering above his face, so the tongue is just black, 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 black.
But what are you doing with your hands?
You're holding on to the...
you're like, there might be a wall or a
onto
bed,
the bed frame,
or a bed
the bed
headboard.
frame or the wall.
See,
that.
I was thinking
I'm
you guys were
expecting you to
talking a
put your
squat.
Yeah.
And I was
you know,
like,
you don't have the squat game.
That's
No, they don't have the
Hey,
squat.
that's gonna.
Listen.
I'm gonna get tired.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Might
If you
pee
got
in my
this, if
face.
you got a squat like that for
Some
a
guys
few
are
minutes
into
in you,
that.
then you are then
showers.
it's different stuff.
What?
If you got a squat like that in you for 4 or 5 minutes, you're different stuff. It's different.
No,
pedigree.
yeah, because I don't think.
Squatting.
Yeah.
Enough
I'd be
girl
jealous.
can't squat.
I'd be jealous still.
Huh?
My knees are finished. I'd be so jealous.
Yeah, I can't. I wouldn't even be able to squat like that. Oh, actually, I'm all right still.
No, we're
4 or 5
men are
minutes,
on
you
it,
know.
man. We squat in that doggy position. We could do it. The frog, the toad one.
I've even been questioning doggy
you're like a
recently.
pretzel.
I've been questioning that.
Yeah.
Huh?
I've been questioning doggy recently.
It don't really.
I think doggy's
I hate
cool,
you. You're
but I just
trying-
don't know if whip like. This is why it's good to have you
Because
here
you've done
as
it
well.
so
yeah.
much, like you're maybe bored of it.
It's not that I'm bored of it, bro. It's just that like, I feel as though
It's a
as much as
disconnection.
it is pleasurable for a woman and that, I just feel as though are women really, is that really the way for you, or is it just like, you know, like we create these things. And more so, like, we just create them. It's like, oh, yeah, just go in this position, whatever it is. For whatever reason, yeah? And then it just becomes a thing that we do or that we feel that is necessary to do. Now, don't ever get it twisted. I'm always going to do it. Especially, I'm just always going to do it, yeah? But, like, I just think that if it wasn't a thing, I just don't know if much women are even going to lean to doggy, to be honest with you. You
It's
know
a
that?
dominating thing for a man to put it. That's another dominating position for a man, though. It's like you know, when we're back there, we could do whatever we want because your back is to me. There's a disconnection there. I'm in control. You're not in control. But I get what you're saying though. We'll get boring. What was you gonna say?
I was just gonna say there's a time and place for everything. I think if you are thinking you're gonna do doggy every single time, you need to read the room a little bit. There's time for sweet, sentimental missionary. There's
I
time
love that.
for some
I love a
really
missionary Don.
intense,
What?
savage,
aesthetics.
doggy style. There's time for those things, but you have to see the vibe, what you're on, you know, what was the foreplay like? Sometimes doggy's the way to get it done, and the woman is gonna be into it because if she's backing it up, trust me, she's enjoying it too.
I do everything for the culture.
I hear you. I have seen surveys. Yeah, I have seen surveys where the majority of the votes from women's favorite position was doggy.
Missionary. Oh, doggy.
No, doggy. That came first, then missionary came second.
See the women that are watching this of age, yeah. Can you
Of age would be missionary. There's
put it
passion.
in the comments? Put it in the comments, or if you feel like embarrassed to do that, then just send it in the DM. Not like that, but I'm just curious to find out, like, what is your go-to? What is your go-to? How about that? I'm curious to find out about that. What is your go-to?
You're not gonna just have one position though.
No, but then if
Oh,
you're
but
after
I do, though.
If you're after
If you're starting with missionary and then it
No,
ends
but
up
yeah,
getting
that's it.
intense, you could switch it up to doggy, and that's how you want to
you've got
finish it
5
off.
minutes.
yeah,
I'm not-
intimacy.
listen,
If
I'm
you want
fucking
intimacy, it's missionary, and then you
Right.
get.
If
then
you
go
got
into
5
the
minutes, you need
madness.
to go hard.
Then you turn into Kama Sutra. The
This is
rhythm-
why it's all nuts.
Huh?
Literally. But this is why it's all mad to me, because obviously, and I need this to be clear, I'm on all of it.
Yes.
I'm on absolutely all of it, and it's documented. If she likes it, I love it. That's my
Say
thing.
no more, yeah.
But when you really deep some of this stuff, like, what is it really about? Like, what is it really
Pleasure.
about? So for me,
yeah,
Pleasure.
yeah, okay, pleasure.
climax.
Right, okay. But you said that there isn't there isn't one go-to, right? You're saying there isn't one
No,
go-to.
there isn't. It
For
depends
me,
on
there
loads
is.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. So for me, my go-to always is missionary. I absolutely love it. That doesn't mean that I'm only going to do it.
Right.
I do all of the other stuff for the culture, and also because you know what,
Mix it
for
up.
vibes, innit?
Yeah,
Mix
yeah,
it up
yeah,
and
mix it
whatever,
up, yeah.
and just to have fun and whatever it may be. But my absolute go-to is this. I can't even give you the words to describe how much I love that. And I just think like, we're putting people in all of these positions and stuff like that, which is cool. Obviously, I like it's the vibes and that, yeah. But how much of this is even comfortable for you? How much of it do you really love? Like, we're always saying this stuff on the phone. You know that when you start getting horny, yo, when I see you, I'm gonna do this. And she's doing it back.
Sexting?
Yeah, and she's doing it back, yeah. And sometimes, like, in doing it back, obviously I'm in the vibe, but I'm like,
She don't
yeah,
know.
you know, like, yeah, you're just talking.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because we've been fed it. Because we've been fed it. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh my God, when I see you, I'm gonna. And I'm like, oh, I hate that's cute, man. But you know what you're down for, which I know you're down for, is some good old missionary.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That's never going amiss
Yeah,
for you.
that's always
Ever.
a check.
And if it's something else, then sometimes, no disrespect or whatever, but sometimes if it is something else, it actually goes to like a more of a deeper thing of like, you know, maybe something might have happened when you was a young buck or whatever it may be, and there's, you know, some people are reliving the
So you don't put
trauma
her in
in
that-
some way. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
But anyway, we're going off track here. So sorry, I go down these rabbit holes sometimes,
It's
and
all
this is
good.
one of them episodes. So the most the most common thing within dating is catfishing,
Yes,
obviously. How much times have you been catfished, and what has catfishing looked like to you?
So I've never had the 100% catfish,
Right.
which is you are using somebody else's photos. I did in my early days catch on to that with guys where we had exchanged numbers and they were smooth with it. They were very, very smooth with it because I would ask for like pictures and stuff. But as time has gone by and I've dated more and more, from matching on an app to me meeting, that time has shortened significantly. So I'm not wasting weeks talking to someone to find out that they're a catfish. What has happened to me though, in real life, is a man has showed up and looked so far from his photos that literally he's looking at me and I'm like,
Is this
let
the
me
Don?
just call. And he's picking up the phone. He's like, yo, what are you doing? I'm right here. And I'm like,
Old picture?
Old.
Young picture?
old. What were you, like in primary? When was this photo taken?
Crazy.
This is a
Oh
madness.
shit!
That's probably his best picture.
Yeah.
So he runs with it.
But it's, you know,
As you can
it's
tell, it's pulled.
the hairline's not hairlining.
Oh,
the gut
shit.
is not gutting. Like,
Oh,
what has happened
shit.
here? What am I meeting? Who are you? And where's that man from that photo from 10 years ago?
Did you ask him that?
No.
You were just being polite then. Did you see the date out?
I did.
He was polite enough to do that. That's
You
good.
know what?
Was he a nice guy? How
He
about
was
that?
a very nice guy.
Did he have things going for him?
Not really.
Well, okay, why would you say that? What made you say that? What, like, did he have a job?
He had a job.
A legal job?
Yeah, it was a legal job. It was fine.
Did he have some form of stability?
Yeah, I mean, enough. I don't really care if a guy has a job or doesn't have a job because there's been times in my life where I'm not working and
Yeah, of
I don't
course.
think that takes away from my character or who I am.
Right, no, I'm just mentioning this because sometimes it's the things have to balance itself out a little bit. If the hairline wasn't hairlining and the gut wasn't gutting, then on the other side, what is it could he provide? Do you get what I'm saying?
Listen.
Because sometimes the hairline can be hairlining and the gut could be gutting, but then the other side is thing. And I also know that obviously it's about balance and stuff like that, but like, how off was the balance?
I know this isn't the right thing to say, but I need to be physically attracted to you.
I hear you, strong.
Like, if I see you and I'm not kind of like, yeah.
Dumping the panty.
It doesn't matter. I don't care about the job. I don't care about money. I don't care about that stuff. I need to look at you and want you.
Dumping
Because
the
with me,
panty, yeah.
that never goes away. Ever. Every guy I have properly dated from day 1 to year 6, I only have eyes for you. I am obsessed with my men. They are the hottest guy in the room. I never look anywhere else. You are my guy.
Say that again.
Say what again?
All of that.
I don't.
love
From day
that,
1
because
to
that's
I
year
love
6,
that. I'm
you
obsessed
are my
with
guy.
man. That's the only one in the what?
Yeah.
That's what a woman wants to hear us say, by the way.
That's
Wow.
Babe, I'm so sorry, but did you see that backs?
Ruined my
Have you ever been
moments.
catfish before?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go
Turned
on.
straight round.
Did you?
A whale, bro.
Oh no.
What hail?
Oh man.
Sorry to that, but no, you lied, man. You lied to me.
Yeah.
You lied to me in your picture. And do you know what the mad thing is? You used to develop like a good relationship on the phone to them.
Yeah, trust me.
So that's
that
what
was a
made
thing.
you-
See, that's the thing. I feel like
I turned straight around. Now.
you have to be really creative to be able to catfish these days. Like drastically catfish. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like before, once upon a time, that shit, it was easy to do that shit. I got catfished wickedly one time. I couldn't even believe the catfish
when
that
you
I
linked
got
it?
in, boy. Oh my God, bro.
Sorry,
you
bro.
know, like, do you know what the maddest thing was?
What?
So basically, we used to have like, what was like, I don't want to explain it all properly because this is just long, but we used to have something called a pirate radio, yeah? Where it was
Okay.
like, so pirate radio is essentially a legal radio, but how is the best way to describe this to someone who may not know what pirate radio is?
You take over a frequency.
You take over a
just
frequency,
pay out for
you
it.
play tunes and whatever it is, and
wow.
people
Let your
just
friends know the frequency and they tune in.
Oh, that is so cool.
yeah. And so like you have a telephone 999 number, yo, and then what used to happen is like people would ring the phone and then you would shout out the last 3 digits. So you might say, yo, shout out to the 451,
Yeah, that was
shout out to
cool.
the 652, and then read out the text messages or whatever. So me now, one time, I'm mad young, I'm on the radio flipping, then this girl just used to always ring me at the radio. And she had the coldest voice.
A voice is very powerful.
Oh my God. So we exchange numbers now, yeah? Chatting on the phone, whatnot. I'm going and getting credit these times, like my phone's running out of
Man's
credit and that.
investing.
Yeah, these times, remember when it was like mad expensive to ring Vodafone and that?
Yeah. We weren't the same
We were
network.
1-to-1.
I was on 1-to-1. Nah, it's T-Mobile. Yeah,
Nah,
it's still
T-Mobile, man.
It was
1-to-1
T-Mobile.
was before T-Mobile.
Yeah, nah, it was
No,
T-Mobile.
but
still.
1-to-1, we babies, bro.
Yeah, exactly. T-Mobile, but it was still expensive to ring a Vodafone or Orange.
Yeah.
So anyway, now I'm going occasionally to the shop to go and top up the phone and that because I just infatuated by her and her voice and just talking to her, whatever. And I always remember this one time, yeah, where like I'm chatting to her on the phone and I'm hearing cars bibbing. So I'm like, oh, she must be the movie. What are you talking about?
Fucking way, my guy.
But in my mind, I'm thinking, man, are bibbing at her because she's the coldest one.
Nah, she in the way. Move. I'm trying to get somewhere.
So anyway, now we're just chatting. We spent months on the phone talking, you know.
Months, you
That's
know.
what I'm saying. You
Months.
develop
Months.
a
Them
cold,
type months.
you
Oh
develop
my
a
Lord.
cold relationship.
But I'm trying to meet her, but
Yeah.
for whatever reason, it's not working out. Whatnot. Boom, boom, boom. So anyway, one day now, she's come to link me by near my yard. I've got a day planned out for this one now. What?
Oh,
Quick
cute.
cinema and that. 'Cause that's what you did when you was young, innit? Quick cinema or whatever.
Yeah. Standard
Boom.
procedure.
So anyway, now I'm flipping. So what's happened now? I've told her meet me at the station.
Right.
Yeah. So she's like, cool. So I've like got to the station now, and I'm looking around, but I can't see the gal that I'm thinking I'm supposed to meet.
Right.
So I'm ringing her. I rang her, and she said to me, "Oh no, I'm by the bus stop." So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm looking at the bus stop. I can't. There's only a few people at this bus stop, but I can't see nothing.
you're looking
I
for,
can't,
yeah.
bro. When I tell you, skits, I couldn't see. It's not even like I could see, gal and like. It was so far off. I couldn't even see. I'm like, nah, I can't see or whatever. Then she steps out into the road.
And
I
then another
thought-
car beeped. Hey, beep! Get the fuck out the way, man. Shit.
I thought, oh no.
Did it show in your facial expression? Or did
I
you
don't
keep
know,
it cool?
man. I don't
I think
know.
it did.
But you know what?
Yeah,
I did keep it
Chuckie
cool because you know what?
Chuckie
I just don't like. I just don't have it in me to. I just don't in it. Yeah. So she's like, she's crossed the road, yeah, and I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking,
Months.
Oh, fuck,
Months.
she looks absolutely like nothing. Not it's like, bro, not even an ounce. So anyway, now I'm like, oh yeah, like let's like come back to my yard or whatever. I'm at my mum's yard. My mum wasn't in because she was at work.
Thank the Lord.
Bro, I get home. My mum's at home, blood.
No
My mum's
way.
at home, and you know, let me tell you this. Yeah, my mum is a roses are red, violets are blue
She
person.
shy?
She's absolutely like she's not judgmental. She's an
Right.
Yeah,
incredible woman. Yeah,
Oh,
But see, when I stepped into the yard with this gal, I saw in my mum's face, like, my mum was looking at me as if to say, like, okay.
Different.
Right, okay, yeah. You know, like that.
My son's swimming other places. Like, he's trying out other ends.
She's like, all right, boom. Now, look, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Facts.
So let's do that.
Yeah.
And we don't want to body shame and whatnot.
Not
But at a young age, I was blessed enough to have a double bed. I had a big bed.
Okay.
So just to put this into context,
Yeah, where's this going?
when she laid on my bed,
Laid on your bed.
yeah, she came in my room and just
Like,
Laid
she
on
came
your
in
bed.
She came in my. She
You're
came in
making
my
it seem
room-
like she walked into it and was like, "Take me now."
No,
Listen.
well, she came in my room and just rolled on my bed, basically. Rolled on my bed and yeah, rolled on the bed.
I can't.
I guess I'll sit right here.
Yeah.
Are you coming? Are you coming?
What's it called? A fat controller.
Nah, was you behind her watching all of this go down? Like, you're watching.
I'm looking at her taking up the whole bed while I'm leaning on the radiator.
Like that.
Oh my God.
Like, Chucky's on the radiator like that.
I'm leaning on the radiator.
Oh god.
And I'm like, yo. All I could think of was, what is going to happen for the rest of the day? Because we got to go bush. We got to go bush.
God.
And bush is busy.
You could have just ended it at the bus.
I couldn't. How?
No,
How?
you should have suggested
How?
taking a nap together. You could have
Take
taken.
Yeah, there was no space for me anyway. There was no space for me. And it wasn't. We weren't gonna do that. You weren't gonna emasculate me like that. I'm gonna jump on my bed. She
Small
cuddles,
spoon.
man. She just cuddles, man.
You would have looked like
fuck
a
off.
koala to
Small
a tree,
spoon
my
though.
guy.
You could be small spoon.
I
It
don't
would have
mind being a
worked.
small spoon, but
Oh,
I'm
wait,
not trying to be that much of a
touch the
small.
bed once then?
Nah, I was just like, yo, we gotta bounce.
No, I would have gone in the hallway and paced up and down for 2 minutes just to
Nah, obviously, it's all in the art of being respectful in it still, because I didn't want to make her. The thing is, she was so evidently sizable, yeah, that like I didn't. She knows that. There's no point me making that. There's no point me making a deal out of it. She knows that, and you know what? It was probably a big deal for her to come and check me because she knew what she was doing.
Absolutely. And you know how you were saying earlier
She's brave,
that
I'll
you
take her
turned
up,
around
man.
and walked away? One of the reasons I've never done that with a catfish, they know what they're doing, right? It's coming from some very deep, vulnerable, insecure place. Us as human beings, but we can show compassion. They can't chat to you because if you had seen or known in the beginning, you wouldn't even have had a conversation.
Nah, I'm that guy. I'll conversate with you.
Really?
You just gotta be honest
What
with me.
online?
You just have to
Someone
be honest.
that you're not attracted to, not feeling, not
capping.
interested in, you would have given her the
It's
time of day?
capping. You're capping.
You're
Not unless she was.
lying.
Not unless she was like
that's
proper.
the-
No, I chat to
One
everyone,
sec.
bro. I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah,
but I won't.
but not like
lead
that.
it on. If they're trying to lead it on to something else, I'll be respectful and be like, you know, my cat.
Which
Yeah,
is
but-
why they lie to you, because they want that opportunity. That's why they lie.
Yeah, because
Right, exactly.
we were blessed on the phone still. I can't
See?
lie. man.
Exactly, and
I
that's
can't
why.
lie.
And you know what? To be honest, as well, that is exactly one of the reasons why short men lie about their height, because they will say, and I know you're going to get into that as well, but they will say the same thing. They will say, if I showed you how short I was, you would never give me the time of day. Why are you looking like that? Tell me, go on, go for it. Let's do it.
I'm
Go, let's do
5'7"
it.
and I say I'm 5'8", so
Go on, do it.
Sorry.
What was your experience in that sense? Because
What,
you mentioned,
height-wise?
yeah, that is
I've
obviously a very common thing, right?
Yes, it's
I'm
a
wifey
big,
height.
big thing for me. In terms of looks, I am flexible with pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about hair, beard, face, skin, teeth, tattoos. Height is my thing. It's always been my thing. Always. But it's more, I think when you can properly justify your reasons for stuff and what it is, it's not just a height thing. There's so much more to it, to making me feel safe, making me feel womanly, making me feel small and petite. There's a huge part of it that comes with the height, right? It's not just that. But height is something I've never negotiated on. Everything else I'm cool with. Literally everything else. I mean, I have a type. a lot of guys I've gone out with look very identical to each other, but I'm open to different things.
So what like it? Have you ever made that clear?
Yes, it's in every single one of my profiles.
What are you?
It needs to start with a 6.
It has to start with a 6.
It has to start with a 6.
Right. What if it's a 5'11"?
No.
What?
What?
Hard
5'11" in
no.
Air Force?
No.
I'm 6.
What 5'11"?
Listen,
in Air
if I
Force?
had it my way, it would actually be 6'3".
If I had it my way.
Both, like my exes have been like 6'5", 6'6", 6'4". Like,
So you want to be carried?
I mean,
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
you want security.
There is.
Do you want to feel like a?
Yes.
Yeah, okay,
And
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
that's
what?
what it is.
Even with a lot of my guy friends who are like really, really big guys, they are my favorite ones to go out with. When I
Really?
go out with a group of guys, because I'll have like 5 or 6 guys go out with them, how safe and secure I feel with these men, how I dress, the length of my dresses, all of that is dependent on those guys because I feel safe. I see people move out of their way.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's even it may not even be like out. I've been at a grocery store with one of my tall 6'5" guys. People move out of their way.
Right.
And it's nice as a woman to feel safe and secure. And again, coming back to being here alone, completely alone, when these men get me home or take me out, I feel like I'm in safe hands. And it's nice to feel like a small woman. You know, I wouldn't call myself petite or anything. Once I've put on, 5-inch heels,
Oh yeah.
I'm hitting what, 5'10", 5'9", 5'10". So a guy who's 6'4", 6'5", he makes me feel very womanly and sexy.
So what happens when a guy who is essentially short turns up to the date? How do you address that?
I make the height thing really clear from the get-go. I get a lot of backlash about it, actually.
Go
I'll
on.
have guys that just match me on dating apps to yell at me about being a heightist.
Dude, their height is.
Heightened.
You are.
Yeah.
Us 5-footers feel like you are sounding a bit like.
But can I just say, it's like,
I think it's
I'm
okay
not
to say that,
everyone's
isn't
type,
Some
though.
Chuckie, this bless.
So I'm not everyone's
Right.
type.
Yeah, of
I've
course
had
not,
guys
no.
call me everything in the world,
Right.
fat, ugly, this, that. Cool. You do you,
Yeah.
and I'll do me.
Yeah.
I like tall men,
Right.
and what?
And that's
I like tall men.
You see that attitude is what I like. Providing that you are able to be, providing that when it goes against you, you hold it a certain way, then I'm okay with that. Because sometimes I think what happens is that women in particular can be so hell bent on something like that. But the moment that you say to a woman, you know what, you're a bit too big for me.
It's all good.
Wait, no, I'm not saying you, but the more time when you say that to a woman, watch how. Well, I remember one time, I was at a festival, yeah, and then like I was with a group of girls, right, and they met like some other girl, like a couple other girls that I didn't know or whatever, and so they came, like we was all talking and whatever, and then like at first the girls were very complimentary to me, to be fair, yeah. They told me I was handsome and whatever it was, yeah. But one of them was like, oh, like, you're a bit short, innit? And so I said to her, oh, you're a bit chubby.
Yeah.
But hold on, wait 1 second. But her face was if, you can't say that to me.
What?
So hold on, wait 1
standard.
second. So,
Double standard.
so wait, hold on
Yeah.
1 second. You can say that to me,
No.
but I can't say that to you.
Yeah.
Like, when you have something that is so, like, is a proper non-negotiable, which is completely fine, you have to understand, too, that there are going to be times where we are going to look at you and do exactly the same thing. And I don't want to hear the buzzword, body shame,
Oh yeah.
body shaming.
No.
Not.
Because that's the next thing. Sometimes, obviously, this is not directed to you because I'm saying that I like your thought process in that. But what happens sometimes is that like, which I was saying to Taser is that sometimes some people, in order to remember, I was saying they shut down arguments by using buzzwords. So now you can't say nothing. So you can say
don't like that, though.
you can
That's-
say everything to me, but the moment I say something to you, buzzword, body shame. Okay, now I can't say nothing, but you just said that to me. That's nuts to me. But I think honestly, I think it's okay for everyone and every person to have their non-negotiable. Whatever that is to you is important. Like, have your non-negotiable. Sometimes there might need to be an element of compromise because, to be fair, it's like, yes, the idea, you're saying 6, but the idea is tall. Yeah. You've put a number to it, which is fine. But you could meet someone who is 5'10" or 5'11", who can make you say, and is a really good guy.
There's no doubt about it.
Understand what I'm saying?
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And, I am open to where life takes you. I mean, obviously, look at how my life has been. I have been surprised. I have been humbled by men. I have been taught by men. You never know where your life is going to take you. Nothing is ever set in stone. But preference-wise, especially with dating apps where you can actually put a height preference in. So on my Hinge, it's 6'1".
Wow.
So I'm not even going to see men
That
under
are lower than
6'1"
that,
unless they're lying about their height.
Oh, right. I hear that.
So, I mean, I'm not
Catfish the
even
height.
coming into contact with them. So, I mean, I am definitely closing some doors, but
Tell me a time when you was humbled by a man.
I've been humbled by men many times in my life because I think a lot of great men that I have met have a lot to teach me.
Right.
The first black guy that I went out with, he changed my life. He humbled me in so many ways because he showed me that perhaps I had grown up in an environment where there were some racist tendencies towards black men.
Right.
And he was very confused as to, how have you lived in these cities and never gone out with a black guy before? Like, that doesn't make sense. Look at, the types of places you go at night. Look at the sports you watch. Look at the music you listen to. Look at the restaurant. Like, you're telling me in all of these experiences, you haven't interacted with black men and you've never gone out with them? So where does that stem from? Let's look at your family. Let's look at your upbringing. Let's look at your culture. Let's dig deep, because you might look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh my God, I've traveled the world. I'm so open-minded. But maybe you have some deep-set racist tendencies that have been embedded into you.
From
so
young.
let's look at that. And he helped me unravel a lot.
He's sick.
That's important, man. I think if I'm ever dating a girl that is not a black woman, or any time like that, like I've always tried to gauge their opinions on stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? Not by interrogating them, but just by listening to the things that they say and don't say. You know what I mean? And so for me, I've always felt like any woman that I've dealt with outside of my race of being like incredibly certified when it comes to that, but also being really willing to like listen and learn and understand. I couldn't be with someone who is, and this happens, it's like, and I had this with a friend of mine, it's certain situation had happened, and which then had made me realize, oh right, you have a certain way of thinking that doesn't align with mine. And also with that, not only that, but it's anytime the conversation of race comes up, that person, or sometimes some people become defensive. Instead of actually just sitting and listening, they're defensive, and then that defense mechanism makes them come out with things that sometimes they may not even necessarily mean, or things that are deep within their subconscious. Because it's like, oh, look how you react when you're being defensive. Look at some of the things that you're saying when you're being defensive. That is obviously coming from somewhere. Do you get me? But and then obviously those have to be addressed if you want them to be addressed. But you can't learn if you don't listen. And so I could never be with a woman who can't listen, because I want to be able to learn. I want to be able to hear some things from you. And I've always said that, like, a lot of what I've learned in my life has come from women. Sometimes, let me be clear with you, sometimes I listen to women talk and I think you're just chatting the most amount of dog shit today. But it's not about me. This is obviously about something that a bunch of people that might have something in common with, and maybe there is something for me to learn in, or maybe there's something that is just going to confirm my biasness. But yeah. Let me just go to the next thing that you said, in the message. Tell me about, because I'm gonna get to the juicy stuff in a moment.
At some point, you just need to list off all of those things, because the same reaction that you had, where you were like, I don't even know where to
you
start.
You said no
with this
wallets.
list.
You said no wallets. I'm sure a lot of people have gone through that shit. Guys disappearing mid-date, blouse and skirt. I'm not gonna lie, I nearly did that, but go on.
So I've had it happen more than once, actually. I was on a date with a guy and we were at a bar. We had ordered drinks. We were sitting and he was like, I'm just going to run to the toilet. Cool. Do you?
Nah.
Man never came back.
How did you feel?
I You know what I did? I thought something happened to him. I was like, yo, did he fall into the sea or something? Like,
No,
what?
he didn't.
He's out. He's gone. I didn't even know that was a thing.
And he rang his brethren immediately. Brother, imagine, fuck him. I just had to
After we
cut,
got the
man.
drinks, though.
Huh?
After we got the drinks. So I'm sitting there like 10.
Oh, what? You
15.
ordered the drinks and the drinks was there?
Yeah.
Waiting for my man to
So
drink?
wait,
Yeah.
so how did...
That's fuckery.
You got to tell us 2 minutes before you went to the toilet what happened.
What were you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How was your day? Just basic chit chat. Like everything was fine. Met, hugged, went in the bar, ordered drinks, sat down. All was good.
Maybe he thought you was a catfish.
Maybe. But you know, with having so many male friends, I get all of my dating profiles vetted by my guys. And my guys, they are ruthless. They're just like, you think you look like this? You think this is you? Change this photo. Or they'll be like, you know, this one is showing too much skin, or this isn't a good representation of you. All my profiles get vetted by my
How many
guys.
pictures do you have up on your thing?
On what?
On whatever app? How many pictures do
There's
you have
limits, so it's probably like 6.
up? 6, right.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, even with that being vetted, to be fair, like, some men just... Not all men have the same type, innit?
But you saw my pictures before you met me.
Yeah, and I don't think there was it wasn't a big difference, was there? It was
I've been told that there isn't one. I could show you guys my profile and you
I
can
would
decide.
be curious to see.
I would
Yeah?
love to see.
Yeah,
I'd love to
I'll
see.
grab my phone and I'll show you guys my profiles and you can give me your views on it.
Married.
Boy. Oh, thank you, sir.
What, a man went on a...
What a gentleman.
What, did a
Here,
man...
no, stay here. Let me show you.
Yes, let me get on the thing.
He rolled on.
Rolled onto the couch and everything.
So you, what? So a man went on a date with
PTSD.
you and he was married?
More than once.
More than once?
Listen,
And what, did he
that's
tell
the
you that he
whole-
was married?
So I have found sometimes it accidentally slips out. So I was on a date with this guy probably
What?
like 4 hours, dinner, drinks, and then we were at a bar. We just weren't really feeling it. So we're just kind of standing there and talking. And he just looks at the time. He's like, yo, damn, I gotta get home to my wife. And I was like, what did you just say? Sorry. What did you just say?
You what? Hey?
Wife? And kids? And dog? And mortgage? What is happening right now?
Can I throw a bone at you? Pause.
Throw many.
Why are you pausing that?
So, was he attractive? Was he attractive?
Yeah.
Did you find
I'm
him... Wait, let
crying.
me get to this. Did you find him really attractive?
He was
he 6-something?
Yes, they're all
Right, okay.
something.
Oh,
They're
well, you
all-
said you had dates where they weren't. So he was 6-something, he was attractive, he had things going for him, whatever. If he turned around to you, honestly, no one can see you. No one can see you, right?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
he
Show your
turned
hand.
around to you and said to you, yeah, you know what? I'm just letting you know.
That's you.
Yeah, so if you scroll
What, down? Oh, downwards, yeah.
or
up, yeah.
up or whatever.
No,
Can
that's
I
you,
ask my
man.
question? Let me ask
Sorry,
my
we're
question.
listening.
If he had said to you,
Oh,
oh,
nah, I'm vet. It's her.
it's her.
It's her.
Okay.
It's her.
All right, let me have a quick look. Let me have a quick look.
Have a little gander. She loves a dress.
Listen.
She loves a dress. She loves the legs out.
Yes, that is my vibe.
What is
That's
this? How do I
that's your-
scroll?
Today, but it was.
What is this? You can
No,
put
it's
voice
cold
notes
today.
on
It's
this.
cold today.
Listen, you think I'm not going to share my accent, please? How do you think I get those dates?
That's the money.
Legs.
Oh, you can leave a voice. You can leave a
What app is this?
Hinge.
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 They
How do you
bu-
know about Hinge?
I was on Hinge.
Oh, okay, all right. Say that.
Okay.
So what? You can just to let everybody
you
know.
better say
Hey,
voice.
hi, my name
You can hear it. You can listen
They
to
must
it.
hear your
Let me
accent
hear
and get.
Go. You can hear.
Let
my
me hear
voice,
it. You must
voice
speak
on
straight
it.
away. X
No, we
videos.
can hear a voice still. But yeah, you know
You
what?
can. You
Do you
can.
know
It's
what?
not like I'm saying anything bad. It's probably just like
Play
a
the
high
thing,
kind
though.
of thing.
There's no Wi-Fi. That's probably
Oh.
why it's not working.
Sorry, man.
But do you know what?
I'm
No,
so
your
eager to
pictures
hear.
are you still. They're
Do you
so
know
good.
what you say? Just say
I
it now.
I don't remember.
This one's a bit catfishy.
Which one?
Let me
This
see
one
the
is a
catfish.
tiny bit.
What?
No, I'm joking.
Oh my god! Oh my god, my heart!
I was gonna say, what did I?
I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to though. I wanted to not
see.
because I didn't want to be. I don't want to be here doing that. Do you get what I'm saying? If it was catfishy, I
Bro, I
wanted to
wouldn't
be
be
I would
honest,
take
bro.
it. I would take
Right.
it. I would.
held it out.
take it.
Irrespectfully.
And I would take
Respectfully.
it though.
Yeah,
Boy,
respectfully.
my boys are not respectful. You
Yeah,
should
I
see
would've
some of
done
the
it
things they say about my photos.
But if my man would have come to you and said to you, "Listen, boom, I'm married and that," but hear what I'm saying. I'm attracted to you, and I just want to smash. Would you have given him the panan bread that night?
So I don't kiss on a first date. I've never had a one night stand, and I've never kissed a guy on the first
You've
date.
never had a one night stand?
Nope.
Okay.
Have you had
Get
a
out,
2-night
man.
stand then?
No.
Second date.
All right, no,
Yeah,
one night
yeah,
stand,
no,
but
second
stayed.
date.
You stayed, and you were seen.
Nope.
Wait, okay, this is interesting.
No,
before
never.
we move.
Second night stand.
So, what is your process? Would you say in regards to like
beating.
that part? Yeah.
Sorry, man. Just beating. Yeah, just.
It's not like there's a time limit, or
It's
it's,
just the
like
vibe,
it's the
depending on
vibe.
the
So,
vibe.
if
So
there's
it
times.
could happen on the first night, or it'll never ever happen.
No,
on
it'll
the first
never
night.
happen on the first night ever.
6'6"
Why?
guy, hunker burning,
Why?
Jason
He was-
Momoa looking guy.
Why, if you don't mind me asking?
It's just something important to me.
Right.
I don't
hate
want to make that
morals.
rush decision and then regret it the next day because of alcohol or whatever frame of mind I've been.
Yeah, you
because
wanna be
I have
present.
been with guys where my frame of mind wasn't right.
Right.
And, you know, there was this guy that I hooked up with once, and it was such a traumatic experience. And when I was crying afterwards, he was like, what did I do? Because what was going on and what I needed was intimacy and affection. And he took that as, oh my God, I can finally get my way. And it happened. And I was just like, that
Oh,
wasn't
so you needed
supposed to
intimacy,
happen.
and he was just trying
Yeah.
to do the
And
mad
it,
thing.
and it happened because I wanted that
Nice stuff.
intimacy so badly, and there was so much going in my life. Basically, I was like about to get deported, so it was a
man.
madness. Like I was like, my life is over. How am I gonna go back to Toronto? Like I've built this whole life up in London, and I was just distraught, crying all day. And he was like, yo, let me come see you. Let me take you for a drink. Ended up going back to his place, and he was like, it's cool. Like you can stay here. Like I'm here for you. And I was just like, yeah, like I just
no,
need
and
to
then
talk to
then-
someone.
I have a problem with Mandem like that.
Yeah, man.
I don't, he's a
bastard.
good guy. It wasn't intentional because obviously I'm giving the signals of hold me, hug me, kiss me. I am so
Oh, so you was-
distraught.
But Mandem can. But we know this though. Like
Yeah,
most
man, we're not
we're-
stupid.
We're not idiots. We're
That's the
aware
advantage we're
when
taking.
you're vulnerable. We
Yeah,
understand
it's
when
the
you're vulnerable,
vulnerability.
and to take advantage of that is a messy thing. I'm
But
pretty sure we've all
I
been in
don't
those
ever
situations.
want anything clouding that first date with me making a bad judgment that I can't take back. Whereas on a second date, I'm seeing you and I'm like, you know what? I feel you. I vibe with you. If I want to go all the way, we'll go all the way. That's fine. But the thing is, I've never regretted not doing something on a first date. That's the thing. I've never looked back at a relationship or at a guy I had a situationship with and thought, should have kissed him on the first date. It's never
but
happened.
on the first date, do you ever tell yourself, I can't wait to see him again? I'm
Yes.
gonna give him his key cat.
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
So you just
And it
your,
makes
your
the-
ritual is first date, no, just get to know vibe.
Yeah, and then it could be months. It could be months where, I mean, guys in London
I've had
aren't
that
waiting
as
months,
well,
I'll
you
tell
know.
you
I remember,
that.
like,
Guys in London are not
someone
waiting
I
months.
ended up
No,
seeing
they're not,
for...
they're not, man.
Someone I
All this
ended up...
internet
So what did
dating.
you say?
Guys in London refuse to wait months. Like, if you make a guy wait over a month, of course, personal experience, I've had guys break things off with me being like, it's been like 10 dates, it's been a month. Is
Too
this
many
happening?
options,
Is
bro.
this happening?
It's too many options.
Need that.
Everyone has too many options.
I
Yeah.
don't know why.
But
What-
you
what
could
would
have...
what would you say to someone who would say, but it's your type?
Sorry?
If someone said, "Oh, like the type is the type of men that you go for that are the ones who don't like to it's them that don't like to wait to
But
wait."
how- but be
Only
attracted to
similarity
them,
between the guys I go for is that they are tall and black. That's it.
Okay,
So you cannot put any sort of character
because then you would
value
have to be
on it.
saying that then you would have to be saying that it's black men that are saying that
which
they
is
don't
not
like-
true.
Right.
Yeah, which
I
is
get
not
you.
true. They come
Okay.
in, all shapes, sizes, and flavors.
So you see the fetish aspect.
Yes, sir.
So the leather fetish stuff and that.
I've met a lot of fetish guys.
Not me. Not
How
never.
how does that do you see when men come to you now with the fetish thing? Do they make that clear in the beginning as well that this is kind of what I like, or is this something that you just stumble across later on down the line?
Most of the DMs and messages I get online are about fetishes, especially first messages. I get a lot of foot fetish guys.
Obviously.
A lot.
Yeah, I hear
Yeah,
that
come
stuff.
on.
What?
Chucky's,
I think
you got nice feet, by the way.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
Okay, but yeah. It's just I caught Chucky look at them as well.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I did. But don't do that.
No, yeah.
Because I looked at your crepes. And I looked at yours. Do you understand what I'm saying? So obviously I
I'm
did
just
that.
gonna say, I didn't see you look at my crap morning. I just saw that and...
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, but I hate...
But
men, I reckon men do a lot of first impressions in the DMs is your feet.
Well, isn't there dating apps for... There should be dating apps for like BDSM and like fetishes
There
and
is.
stuff like
There
that, right?
There is.
Yeah, of course.
There is.
It must
but
be crazy in there.
Go on. What was you going to say?
I was gonna say, like,
Mad.
foot fetishes has always been like the biggest thing, which I completely understand, and I'm fine with it because I know the science behind all of that stuff. Foot fetishes, it's like 1 in 7 guys have a foot fetish. It's very common, it's very natural, and you should be
What's
able
the
to.
science behind it?
Would you like to know the science
I
behind
would
it?
love
go.
to know the science
Yeah, let's
behind
go.
it.
Really? Okay. So in our brains, the part of the brain that is associated with feet is directly adjacent to the part that is associated with your genitalia. And your wires cross over quite often. So you have a physical sexual reaction to feet.
Wow.
Brazy.
And you can check this. This is actually
No,
facts. And then there's other theories that go like into Freud and stuff about feet giving off the perception of genital parts. You know,
when it's-
like how they look with like the spaces in between the toes, the length of the toes. Yeah. So there is, and that's more of like a theory.
Wait. I'm
Can't do
baffed
it,
here.
bro.
I'm baffed. So feet, what? They what? They look or they give the impression
Yeah.
of what? A
Pussy,
dick?
bro.
No.
Or a dick.
Yeah.
Or a dick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
with like
or a dick.
long, and then like think about
I
how
don't
some
look at
toes
it.
are.
Oh, what? So like a bunch of dicks on a
You've
thing.
lost me.
It's more
Toes ain't dicks.
That's weird. I'm not.
okay.
No. I'm not gonna say that.
Don't say
That's
that.
not weird. I think the theory behind that is odd. Like
yeah,
a
but that's
foot,
more. That's more.
People
No,
looking
but
at-
you know what I associate it to? See, when a woman is on her tiptoes, the posture, like all of that, like them being on their tiptoes and seeing the.
But let me finish though. Like it's just this being associated with penises is. What do you mean? I don't understand that.
That's more of like one more theoretical way of looking at it, but the main science is
Right.
that in your brain, genitals
That
and
is
foot
the
are
aligned.
exactly, and those
Right.
wires
What's
cross
aligned again?
the part of your brain that is associated with your genitals with the part of your brain that's associated with feet, and those wires cross over
What is
very
it that I
often.
like about feet though? Like what is? I'm trying to figure out what that is because I think it's just because I could easily say, oh, you know. As a woman, I don't know, taking care of herself or whatever, which is not necessarily the truth. I don't know what that is. I don't know why I like feet like that. But
You're probably having
It's because of what she said. It's the science behind
that,
it, bro.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
That's
why
what it
I can't
is.
work it out.
And so you can't explain it, but it's
Yeah.
happening in your brain. You look at a nice foot
that's
and you have
crazy.
a physical reaction to it.
Yeah, because
Little
I could
tingles.
look at a woman's foot and think. Yeah, I could look at a woman's foot definitely and think, do you know what? I wonder
Yum.
what it's like with you.
Yeah.
But the thing is with the fetish stuff though, is where like maybe me and you is a tad different. Is that I'm not really you like the
Foot rub.
Yeah,
The
innit?
foot job. The foot job.
Yeah,
I do
don't
like
know
that,
what-
but
Yeah, a lot
But
of guys like
Do you
that.
go? Is that a go-to?
no,
But a lot of
Oh.
guys
It's in
like
a
that.
No,
moment.
don't do that. If it is,
it's in a moment. If it's
Do you
in
like
a moment.
sucking toes?
yes,
What?
Do you like sucking
yeah,
toes?
yeah.
I'm partial to it.
Do you like
I'll do it.
massaging feet with
Yes.
like?
Yeah, that's my thing. My thing is to touch the arch and massage the back foot.
The thing is,
That's
see the
my
sucking
thing.
the toe thing though. It's
Yeah.
not like
That's
the
a bit,
sucking the
yeah.
toe thing isn't the thing that I would say that I like to do it, but it is like if you like that, if you get some type of pleasure off that, then I'm gonna love doing that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, because then I know that you're getting something out of it,
Clarified
and
that
they're
earlier.
pretty.
You said whatever.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
she
yeah.
likes
Yeah.
doing that, I love doing that.
Yeah. Obviously, there's context. Like, I need to. It's not
Yeah,
you going
yeah,
to
don't
a
go mad.
rave. And you're like, you go to a rave and that, walking around barefoot, and it's not that. It's you get what I'm saying.
Listen, there are guys at clubs who are down to suck your feet.
Well, this is it, and I think that's
Sweaty
where.
feet in heels. There are
No,
men who
That's
are
where there's
so
hygiene thing.
into
That's
feet.
fetish.
That's what I'm
fetish.
saying.
They are like, I
So then
will
what do
suck
we
your
have?
foot
Right,
here
'cause-
and now.
Sorry, Rose. Like, I personally think that like I don't know if I have a fetish because of that.
Don't you think there's levels to it though?
Oh, well, then I must be at level 1.
Yeah, we're on that. I'm on 2.
Like level 1 and 2.
I'm on 2.
And even level 1 and 2 is outrageous for some men.
Yeah,
Are you what level? What?
I hate feet.
There you
Oh,
go.
so okay.
He's 0.
So he's 0. He's like minus 5.
I'm
Do you
negative.
know what? Can I ask you something?
Go on.
Are you like that because you've come across some crows?
No, I've just never liked feet. I probably associate it to like
So your genital thing ain't really aligned to how it should be then.
aligned. She said
No,
cross.
crosswise.
Yeah, cross. Sorry, it's
So
not
my
cross.
thing's normal. Your thing.
There's no such
Tangled.
thing as normal.
We have an entanglement.
There's no such thing as normal.
You're right. I apologize. My
Yeah,
thing
you're
is
deep.
not crossed.
Okay.
Right.
mad. You're 1 in 7.
Do you have a
No,
fetish if you mind me asking?
5 out of 7.
Beards.
6 out of
Sorry,
7.
sorry.
Beards.
You got
Yeah.
one set. You man, you having your own conversation.
Sorry.
What's your fetish?
Beards.
To what degree?
I'm like sexually turned on by beards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah.
Is there
So-
something? Is there?
Yeah. So you looking at that?
Oh
very
yeah.
good beard over
That
there.
is a good beard.
That's a great
Is there
beard.
is there something that you like to do with the beard?
Massage
Right,
them,
okay.
oil them up, condition them, comb them, like almost like face massage, just like head in lap, just you know.
Oh my.
So
That
are you?
sounds amazing.
Can you be like?
I can't.
Does to what degree? Like, and feel free if you don't want to answer this question. It's completely up to you. Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Is it to the point of
No.
moisture?
No, but it will usually lead to something.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's very when a guy is being vulnerable with you in your lap, it's something just kicks in. You know, that's gonna lead to you kissing him. It's gonna lead to something. We're too close. We're too intertwined.
Right.
So it's gonna lead to things very quickly.
Have you got any? I don't think you mentioned anything in regards to fetish stories that you had.
Oh, do you
like,
want a
in person.
fetish story?
Give me the most. Give me the.
I
give
have
me the
it.
strongest
I
one.
have it. I went out with a guy and, you know, he had a lovely date planned, drinks and everything. Now, I'm not a heavy drinker. I like my cocktails with the little umbrella.
That's cute.
Man's on whiskey, yeah?
Strong.
So I down my drink and man downs his whiskey and I'm like, he's like, do you want another? Yeah. So this is happening. And when we're on like number 4 or 5, I'm like, you need to slow down. You realize I'm having cocktails. You're drinking like heavy whiskey. Night is progressing. He's getting a little touchy-feely, but it's cool. It's not crossing any boundaries.
First date?
Yes. We're in Shoreditch. We go to, I think, like our 3rd bar. It's packed. And there's nowhere really to stand. He manages to find a stool for me to sit on. So I'm sitting on the stool. He's a tall guy. He's next to me. And he has his hand on my shoulder.
6 something.
Yes.
Fuck
obviously. So
Fuck these guys, man.
he has his
Go
hand
on,
on
go
my
on.
shoulder and you know it's all good and he has his hand on my knee and he's just like slightly like grazing my knee and I'm just like okay, he's being a little bit weird and he like comes like really
He's
close
not,
to my
he's
ear.
drunk.
I know he's drunk, but
Okay,
wait,
yeah.
well, you're not ready.
Okay,
You
I'm
are not ready for what I'm about to say.
Smash him over the head top with it.
He's rubbing my leg and he's like, yo, I think what you're wearing tonight is so sexy.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
That's okay.
And he's like, your stockings are doing something to me. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, no, like the net stockings.
He's crazy.
I'm not able to handle myself and I think I'm going to do something. Please don't. No, like something's going to happen. Like, I don't think I can control myself. No, please don't. Like, we're in public. Nah, I can't control myself. Rip. He ripped my stockings open in public in a bar in Shoreditch. Ripped them open.
I can't imagine.
What?
Did I stutter?
Where did he rip it from?
Knees
All
upwards.
the way up. Oh no.
Do you know his name?
See, this is what happens with these 6 foot dons and
This
that,
is what
man.
I'm
We can't
saying.
even
Come
control
get a
them,
5 foot someone,
You
man.
know
We
what
ain't
I'm
got time to be ripping stockings off.
There's a
We're too
time and
busy-
place to
We're
rip
too busy holding
stockings.
your hand.
There's a
in your
time
hand.
and place to rip stockings.
Okay,
Of
so
course,
That was not it.
I do want to deep dive in this a bit then, yeah. So what happened after that? What happened?
I already know. She's like, are you serious?
I was in such shock. I didn't know what to do. There was like a security guard, bouncer kind of looking at me like, yo. And I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go. Yes.
I have a
Hand.
question. You
Yes.
know how you said you go for 6 foot
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
and they make you feel protected.
Yeah.
What happens when it flips over and they go to the dark side?
I've had that
It's
happen.
intimidating.
And luckily, and this is what I always tell women, I'm always meeting people in a public place. Always. I cannot tell you how many guys have said to me, oh, do you want to come over? And every time I say to them, you are a random man on the internet asking me to come over. I haven't seen you or met you. You know what they say? Oh, it's not like I'm going to do anything. Oh, okay, because the serial killers would warn me first.
Yeah.
They would be like,
Yeah,
man,
babe,
got
I'm
a
just
little
gonna let
bit.
you know when you come over, I'm gonna take the panam bread and take your head off at the same time.
Are you going to be warned? Every guy thinks he's a nice guy. Every single guy who has ever invited me over after midnight, oh, we'll just have a little drink. Oh, we'll have a little smoke. Yeah, we can kick some back and play some video games. Okay, random man on the internet. Here's what it comes down to.
Perspective.
It needs to go wrong once. One time in my life, I need to make the wrong decision. My family doesn't know where I am. Nobody knows when I go out at night, and nobody checks in on me when I come home.
Right.
If I'm lying dead in a ditch somewhere, no one is going to find out for not even for days. It could be a week because I'm here alone. I need to look out for myself because nobody else is ever going to.
Yeah, it's just that, I guess it's that little bit of self-awareness in it, of knowing, rah, like, yeah, like, I know that it's not really nothing like that, but at the same time, to put it into context, she's here on her ones, man. That's being anywhere on your own, even in your own country,
Still.
is still
Yeah.
techie. Do you get what I'm saying?
Meet people in public, be safe about it, you know. And
Yeah,
it's
like, you
not
know,
to
it's-
say
go on.
something can't happen after. You know, a guy can turn on you on a second, third, or fourth
Yeah,
date.
yeah,
But
yeah,
at
of course.
least when you first are seeing him, the physical interaction, the chemistry, the vibe, do it in a public place.
You know what? We actually, if like as guys, yeah, if we're ever going to link a girl, more often than not, we never have to think about them type of things.
Crazy, isn't
We
it?
never really have to think about safety. That doesn't mean though things don't happen, because enough times gal have set man up. Do you get what I'm saying?
I've heard
And I
about
had a
this.
situation like that
I've
where
heard
that
about
like
this.
nearly happened to me, and not even to me directly, but it was my brother, and he told me to come go somewhere with him to go and link these girls or whatever. And the next minute when we're there now, all 8 men have turned up to the yard. Well, actually, when we got there, there was the 2 girls, but a guy, which was
Okay.
already
Weird,
odd.
yeah.
Then the guy's got on the phone and he's talking on the phone, but I know this is a code thing. Next minute, 5 minutes later, 8 man's turned up to the yard. So now I know what that is. I think I told the story on the pod before. If you've seen it, it was the one where I said, because all the 8 man was in the room and that, yeah.
Oh my God.
And so what I've done is I didn't want to sit there and be food.
Of course not.
So obviously I've got up on a vibe of, yo, my brother, have you got any Rizla, my G? These times I don't smoke.
Okay.
But I'm just getting up and just, yeah, fam, what's going
Gives
on?
you a
You're right.
reason
Yeah,
to
let's-
move. Yeah.
If he would have given me the Rizla, I wouldn't even have known how to build a spliff. But my aura is just calm, relaxed, warm. These times because one of these lot could have the stick. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So it was a whole thing of now trying to get out. But when we did get out of there, the girl never made the phone call to find out where he was, what happened or whatever. To this day, she never shouted and said nothing. So we were clearly being set up in that sense. But
What do you
I do
think you were
that
being
those
set
things,
up for? Like what, to be like
For
robbed or
anything.
something?
it could be
She's
anything, man.
Anything.
They could have been anything.
Really?
The streets are nuts. But that is a big rarity.
Is it?
That's a big rarity. For you stepping out on the street, going anywhere, there's always a bigger possibility that you could be in a compromising situation more so than me. We got other things that we need to particularly think about, and things that, you know, maybe not necessarily from a physical standpoint, but a lot from a mental standpoint. But that today is not about us today like that. So anyway, what ended up happening? You just left.
Yeah, I was really surprised and shocked. I didn't even know how to react or yell or slap him or be like, yo, these were expensive. These aren't the ones you ripped.
Did he let you leave?
Yeah. Because he wasn't going to stop me. I got up and I was like,
I gotta go.
Was he intoxicated anyways?
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Did he apologize?
Yeah, he apologized and he offered to buy me new tights.
Oh, that's alright.
Did he? Did you accept?
No, because I was just like, what would that require me giving you my address or like
Oh,
meeting you
yeah, of
somewhere?
course. Yeah, you
they
need
were
a
mad
PO box for
expensive
that.
though. They were like £20.
Yeah, then he might have rubbed the stocking on him and all that kind of. He might have done something weird with it. Cockholds.
Cuckolds. Yeah, I've dated cuckolds. Not dated, I've gone out with cuckolds. You know what a cuckold is?
What the hell is a... I always thought... I'm not even going to tell you what I thought a cuckold
No,
was.
go on. We
No,
want to
no,
know. We want to
Literal.
know.
Cock.
Literal.
Yeah,
Cuckold.
That's what you
cuckold.
thought it was. No, but is that what you thought it was?
I thought it was a literal thing.
A guy who holds.
No. I thought it was like some type of a...
Cock holder.
yeah, like... But
Oh,
no, you know...
cockhold.
What is that thing?
The cock ring.
Yes, like that.
But
And
ain't
then
it cuckold?
It's cuckold. Yeah.
C-U-C-K.
when you hold
Yeah.
your balls and you pull it around in your...
That's a cock ring.
That's a cock ring.
What's a cockhold?
A cuckold,
Cuckold.
is a
genre
man
of-
who is turned on by you having sex with other
Watching,
men.
Yeah.
Oh, so every time I click on that category, that's why my man's there.
Oh my
Yeah. Oh, what you thought it was just a...
Why is there always a don when I'm going?
You thought it was just a random perv.
Yeah.
No, that's his missus getting packed.
I didn't know that was the thing. I didn't know that was the name. So what? How did he explain that to you then? That's what he likes.
I would be really turned on with you having sex with other men and then coming
Right.
to me.
I respect that.
Same day. No washing in between.
No what?
Oh wait, so he wouldn't watch you? He
Nah.
would want you to.
He wanted
And then
he wanted the juices after.
Oh.
that is
Interesting.
super brazy.
Yeah, men are super into that.
But do you know what
Super
I
into
like
it.
though? I'll tell you what I like. That they are being open and telling you that. Because then at least then you know. Because this is the thing, yeah? I think where we just go wrong all of the time is just transparency. We're just never saying what we really want and what we really like or whatever. And sometimes, especially with men, I think that some men have like a hard time with saying things that they really do like because you know what, they're going to be judged as certain... Remember, we always have to be... Men always have to be
Men.
in the way that you sort of describe them. They have to be big and strong and masculine and this, that and whatever. And when you ain't that, and if you're not that, then for some people, they makes them feel inferior. And it makes them feel like, you know what, shit, I do like this and I do like that, but I can't
Right.
really say that. And now I've got to act a certain way. Maybe that might even be some of the reason, maybe not all of the reason, but that might be some of the reasons why you do get certain, you know, like you get certain short men that are super bad boys. But they're super bad boys because it's not because it's not already in them and it's not within the environment that they've lived in. But you know what? They've had to step
Compensating.
up the gear a little bit because they
Yeah.
need to let you know, just because I'm this doesn't mean that I'm some pussy-o. Do you get what I'm saying? But I feel like it just filters into this different aspect of life of feeling like, oh, you know what? I can't really say what I'm proper into. When I say, even here, yeah, see like we're saying, oh yeah, like foot, I put a foot in my mouth. You know, there's certain man, what? No, oh my God, what chops,
I
man,
don't
be
know why,
easy.
yeah, I don't know
And I'm
why
like,
they man
brother,
like that.
don't come around to me with all of this stuff, my G. Like, you can't come around to me with this big, strong, tough, this, that. Because you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You know what you're doing and you know what you like.
Yeah.
You know what you like.
Yeah. And them man like some fucking
You know
thing.
what you like.
Yeah.
I'm all right with mine. Say yours.
Yeah,
what
for
what
real.
what
What's
are you
yours?
clicking on? Yeah? What are you tapping on?
Yeah.
What's really in there? You don't want to say, do you? Nah, you want to keep up with this whole the man.
I'm normal.
But sometimes
Fuck
those
that.
big, tall men feel so strongly that they have to maintain that image. And, you know, perhaps the reason I've had a lot of these experiences is I've created an environment where they could be honest with me, where I wasn't going to judge them. And I'm like, you have a fetish? Cool.
Right.
You are into this? Cool. Like, this has to be a safe enough space for you as a big, tall man
Yeah.
to be able to say it to me without me laughing or making fun of you or
Right.
being like, that's not what a man does.
Right.
Be into what you're into. It's all good.
Right. And also I think as well, you know, like you get certain people that are mad dominating, yeah? But then like they want to have a moment of just like not being that. I met a woman years ago. I wish I had started the podcast then, because she would have come on the pod immediately. Yeah, an attractive woman. She was got to be in her 50s, going close to 60s. But you know, you could see that she's like very elegant, really attractive, and she would have been really attractive when she was young. But she like works in the fetish world essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, and so she was telling me that she deals with men that wear nappies and do all kinds of stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
And so when I was like asking her questions about that, one of the things that she mentioned to me was that, in fact, a lot of her clients, are like CEOs,
Yes.
managers of companies,
Yes.
like big companies and stuff like
I've
that,
gotten
like
that.
very dominating men in their working area and even in their household.
Yeah.
But
They want to let go.
they want it, but also there's other elements of things that might have happened to them when they was young and blah, 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 whatever, which is a whole next thing still. But I know I'm using that as a mad extreme. But yeah.
I've had guys ask me if they could like be furniture, if I could like treat them badly, if I could hurt them, step on them, kick them,
Have you ever done any of
degrade
this?
them.
Have you stepped on a man's wood before? Be honest. Keep it 100. Yes.
I've done a few things.
You stepped on a man's wood before?
Stepped on it.
Stepped on it?
No.
On his balls and
Those are things of beauty. I'm not. No. No, I'm not gonna hurt them.
My stomach curled when you said that.
Yeah,
But you've done a few things.
I've done a few things.
Care to share?
No.
Okay, cool.
Too soon for that.
Too soon for that.
Yeah.
You mentioned grandfathers.
Lord help me. So, during lockdown, I experienced a drought in my dating life, which I found very challenging because I'm used to going on a lot of dates. I'm used to having a lot of guys. I'm used to having my backup in case the date falls through. And
What, you mean like the backup sausage?
no, the backup dates.
Oh, sorry.
She just loves dating. She
Right,
loves going
okay.
on a date.
I love meeting new people. Yeah,
Right.
definitely. And guys in London have just been so interesting, and
Yeah.
they have such great stories to tell and lots to teach me, show me, etc.
Right.
I met this guy, and extremely handsome, extremely well put together. So we went on a walking date because COVID and everything. So we're going, and there's a few questions I like to ask, such as, "Are you married?" Because now I need to actually ask that question. I did never used to before, but now I need to ask because of my man. So we're on our date and we're talking, and I'm asking him how many kids he has, and he's like 5. And I was like, "Wow, you have 5 kids?" And I was like, "From how many women?" And he was like, 4. And I was like, "That's some super sperm you've got there because you're just out here repopulating the earth."
He ate a lot of mints,
Going.
probably. He had a lot of
And
mints.
then he mentions that his daughter just had a daughter.
Oh, so he's a granddad.
And I was like, you're a grandfather. And he's like, "Yeah, is that a problem?" And I was like, "Nope, no problem here." It was, honestly, I was so happy to get the attention and conversation and just spending time with him that in a normal situation I probably would have been like,
man could
there's
actually be in
plenty
his
of fathers I can go out with.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what though? You know what? You could be. You
He
could
was
be
38.
39.
He was 38.
30. I was about to say you could
He
be
was 38.
You could actually be 39 and actually be a granddad
Yeah, he was 38.
because you could have had a child really young.
Yeah. And they had a child really young. Yeah.
Yeah.
he
So
was-
like the sound of it sounds madder than what it actually is.
Listen, all my friends to this date, because all my guys have nicknames, right? Because, we want to protect them.
Yeah.
Everybody to this date just loves the grandfather story. Because, do you want to hear something wild?
Oh, tell me all of it.
Okay, so, when we're like walking and we're talking and I'm like, "Oh, you have some super sperm." And I was like, "It's getting nowhere near me though." Ha ha ha. Boy,
I
one week
thought you was
later.
gonna do it.
1 week later. So,
Yeah! Say, you have my attention.
You're not ready.
I'm
So we're doing our thing. We're having fun. We're having a great time. He knows what he is doing.
Honorable shout out to him.
Like,
5 kids.
well
man. He knows
done.
what
Yeah.
he's doing.
Those
reason
those
the
kids
kids
were
are-
born
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
room of love. Let me tell you. Doing our thing, and his phone rings, and he was like, it like rings loud, and he's like, "Yo, I gotta get that."
While he's piping.
Yeah. And I'm just like, you're gonna get that now. And he's like, no, it's mad important. Like, I've been expecting this call. And I was like, cool, I'll wait.
So we
So-
stood up on the phone, butt
Wood
naked,
out.
wood
Yep.
hard.
And he was like, "I'm just gonna step out quickly." And I'm like, "Yo, I have housemates. Can you just towel something?" And he's like, "I'm sure they heard already. They know." I'm like, Put a towel on. Don't do that. Be respectful. I was living with guys.
Did he do
so-
the thing where he just dropped the towel on his wood and the towel just...
Yeah. Yeah,
Have you ever done that
definitely.
before? Yeah.
I've seen guys do like
in the
little
mirror.
pull-ups with
I just
that.
wanted to
Side-
know...
sideways,
Yeah,
to
I
be
just wanted to
impressed.
know if I had that in a lot, because I'm like, yeah, I'm not dim. Let me just... You get what I'm saying? Drop the towel on him, and the towels... You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Proper.
yeah.
Yeah, strong. Go on anyway.
So, goes take the call. I'm just sitting there twiddling my thumbs. Comes back in and he was like, yo, I gotta go. And I was like, now? Like, can't you go in 20 minutes? And he was like, yo, I gotta go. And I was like, what? Because never in a million years did I expect these words to come out of a man's mouth.
My baby's being born.
My baby's being born.
I'm sick! How can I know that? Because he's got 5 kids!
My woman is in labor. The baby's being born. I need to go to the hospital.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy.
That's
He
what?
was about to put life in you again as well.
That's
I'm not
nuts.
playing that game. I take care of my business. I'm not playing that game.
That's
Man bounced.
crazy.
Man bounced. Man bounced.
Man bounced. So what? Did you hear from him again after that?
He sent me the baby photos.
Oh, shit.
He's brazy. He's brazy.
Yo,
He's brazy.
your child
Hey!
is younger
Let me
than
get
your
this, let me get this, let me get
grandkid.
this.
That's a madness happening in your
She's
house.
beautiful, ain't she?
Oh, your child is younger than your grandkid.
That's wild.
My uncle was... There was a lot of that with my uncle.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's super.
The grandfather story is the most famous amongst my friends.
That's actually the coldest story. I wish that was turned into a series.
Story of my life.
That's crazy.
All right, let's just wrap this up a little bit then. Like, would you say, you lived in, 6 other countries, you said?
Yes.
Right? For a decent amount of time. Where would you rank the UK? I'm not going to say London, but the UK
You
in
have
regards
to
to your
say
dating.
London, though. You have to say London because London and the UK are two completely different places.
Okay.
100%.
Okay, go on then.
That's a fact.
Yeah, what's going on in this city, London could be its own country because as soon as you pass those borders, everything changes. The people change, the language changes, the way you're treated, how multicultural it is. Everything changes outside of London.
Nah, London is hella multicultural.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, though.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
okay.
outside, it's not.
Oh, okay,
so your
fair.
experiences here
Yeah, I
are
hear
one
you.
of a kind.
Okay, all right, I understand. I've still... all right, I understand. Where would you rank it in regards to your dating experiences? Just your experiences. So this is not a fact, by the way, everyone.
No, of course not. Everything is. This is all specific to me.
Right.
I would say London is an incredible place to date and figure out who you are, to learn more about yourself and have such a wide variety of experiences. But London is not the place to settle down.
Right.
It moves too fast. There's too many options here. There's always going to be the next best thing. And to be even more transparent, if I was a man in London, what reason do I have to settle down?
Depends on what you want.
What is it that you want? You want kids? Got it. You want a woman to treat you well? Got it. You want a woman to cook and clean for you? Got it. What is it that you want? Because London will provide it to you without you being in a committed relationship.
Companionship. You can't always just
You
get
can have that. You can have that.
Depends on what companionship looks like to you.
Whatever it looks like. Do you want a woman sleeping in your bed every night? You can have that without a committed relationship. London is a city that it is very easy to cater to a man's needs. Like, I want marriage and children. I don't know if I'm going to find that here because in all these men that I have met, and I've met a lot of guys, I'm speaking from experience, why would they want to settle down with me when they're getting everything that they could possibly want? The one thing I used to think was kids, that a man's going to want to marry me so I can give him children. But now most of the guys I meet have kids. And a lot of them have really good relationships with their partners and they're raising these children. So what can I give you now that you can't get?
Well, I guess it just all depends on what... It all just depends on what he wants. And you're right, because I think that, like... Yeah, there is a lot of that. And there is well, I think I was saying to you before, this was like really highlighted during Love Island, when Love Island was on.
Okay.
And like, you obviously are familiar with Love Island, right?
Yes.
So every time they would couple up, there was always this thing of, like I like this person, but I feel like there's more out there for me. And so that is a big struggle, I think, for a lot of people, with that constantly feeling like there's something more, there's something else. And a lot of that time is because of the things that we see online, or just even being outside. Do you get what I'm saying? Which then like plays that trick on people's minds of feeling like the grass is always greener, innit? But I do believe, though, with that being said, that there's a lot of men out there that do want to settle down, but like it's not easy on their part either. It's just like, and also it's a small percentage, isn't it? Like, I don't know what the percentage is of men that really want to settle down at a certain age. Sometimes I feel like it might be
a big percentage when it gets to a certain age.
When it gets to a certain, I think when you start getting maybe into your later 30s,
it's that,
and going into your 40s, it's then. But the only problem with that is, even though I think that is probably, there's an argument to say that's a good age, because you might have experienced a lot of things in your life, you've learned a lot of things, or whatever it may be. You might have got certain things out of your system.
Mandem's prime year, a man's prime years is in his 30s.
Yeah, and then you meet someone and it's like, you know what, you just feel like you're ready for that. But then there's also the other side of like, you know what, you've been outside for so long that you don't even know what it's like to be with someone, because that's a whole different thing. It's like
you're taking yourself out of your comfort zone by doing
massively. Living with someone is a big thing.
Big thing.
It requires a lot of work.
Living with someone is make or break.
Yeah. You traveling with someone, like you can even sometimes you can get on with someone. You go on a holiday with them for 2 weeks, and it's
you find out the real.
That's why so many relationships ended over COVID, because men and women realize, boy, I've never actually properly spent time with you, and we're not vibing. Yeah. So many marriages and relationships broke up.
But then also so many babies were born.
Well, that's because we all needed something to do.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But also, if you are getting the same result a lot of the time,
then maybe it's me.
I'm not saying maybe
You're allowed to say that. I'm okay with taking criticism.
Right.
I appreciate it.
It's not a knock on your type. But maybe it is, how about you like expand the palette a little bit?
No. I definitely have things that I need to work on. I think I have a lot to offer a man, and I think I give a lot in relationships, but I have a lot to work on. I've reflected enough and had enough therapy to know the things that I need to work on and improve on to build a better relationship with a man. The thing is, in the city of London, there is no lack of tall black men. There's no lack of it. You know, if I was to go outside, or if I was living in a different country, I'd be like, I do need to expand my palette. But there are literally tens of thousands here.
Shortages of tall men.
So the biggest thing for me, and with the relationships, the serious relationships that I've had in London, the most important thing is I need to meet a man who wants to make it work with me. And that's it. Nothing else matters. The looks, the vibes, what we have. He needs to choose me and be like, let's work on this. And I'm going to choose you every day.
Do you feel like you could identify that when it comes? Because it sounds, the easy answer is yes. But sometimes everything that you say that you want can be staring at you in the face, and you don't want it.
There seems to be a huge disconnect between when a man gets to thinking that versus when I get to thinking that. Because I can meet someone, be very physically attracted to them, feel an emotional connection and vibe, and I'm like, you know what? Let me cut some of the other guys off. Let me try to build this. Whereas a lot of guys are like, let's see how it goes. Let's keep it casual. So because there's that disconnect in me saying, I want to make this work, let me get to know you better. Whereas he's like, he's going to do that a few months down the line. And that disconnect often throws the whole relationship vibe off. I've had that
I'm not
happen.
actually the other way around.
Are you?
If I really like you, if
But
I
it's gonna
really,
take
really
time
like
to
you,
figure that out, no?
nah, sometimes I'm a man. I can meet someone, yeah, and I,
know, man.
you know, bro, oh my god, do you know, this could get me into a tad bit of, but fuck it, it was just an experience. But like, someone that I was seeing very seriously, yeah, like I've met her in a different country, yeah.
Wow.
But she lived here, and then like when we went out here, which was mad casual or whatever, as soon as I dropped her home and we lipsed, I knew anytime you shout me, I'm pulling up. even if I'm I could be in the gym.
Halfway through your set.
Not, bro. Hey, hi. What are you up to tonight? Nothing. What are you doing? Nah, and I'm just chilling. Do you want to go out? Yeah. Yes. I'm just in bush. This time I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
Yo, I need to go home and get something. Or do you want me to come collect you first? She's like, oh, come collect me first. Yo, I'm driving all the way over here. Remember, bearing in mind, my gym's here.
Yeah.
My yard's there.
Yeah.
She's over here.
You're going to your
I'm
yard.
coming to, because I don't want you to go sleep.
Yeah.
You get me? Drive to the yard, boom. Go to my yard. Let me just thing whatever, yeah, boom, shower up, whatnot. Then we just step and touch road and whatever, yeah. But like when I proper like someone, I'm just in that. But yeah, sometimes, and not not that situation with her.
Committed.
That wasn't the same with her. This isn't the same with her, but this is just in other situations. Like I've met girls, yeah, and I'm like, we've gone out, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? This is the only girl in the room at the moment. Like this is a vibe. But then something happens, and I'm like, I don't know.
What's the something that happens, bro?
I think I do that though. I think I make men think that because I think I have a really intense personality.
Right.
And I feel really comfortable with a guy pretty quickly. So there's this energy, and then if I come on too strong or too intensely, I think I scare men away.
Yeah,
even
100%.
though there's potential where they're like, oh, she can cook.
Why do you think that is?
Wow. I think it's because
There's
I want to be done dating.
Why do you think that he could back off that?
I think intensity is scary. I
Yeah,
think
you
the
look like
idea
you-
of a monogamous relationship, this is it, and this is it. Full stop. This is it. I think that's scary.
True. Also, depending on the intensity, it goes to that thing of peace. Sometimes men, as you know, we love peace. So I might like you.
beautiful thing, bro.
I might like you, but this one here, this feels too much. This is
shaking.
This is
my
gonna,
piece.
yeah,
Pause.
it's really going to erupt my peace. And as much as you're a lovely person,
choices.
for some people, that it's just too much. But that doesn't mean that you should dumb yourself down at all.
I need
Just
to
to
adjust.
yeah, but sometimes there is a level of adjustment. Do you get what if you can do that? But you have to be yourself, because at the end of the day, yeah, no matter how much you try to adjust and no matter how much you try to dumb yourself down, it's gonna come out in the end anyway. Do you get what I'm saying? The adjustment that can last, but depending on how much you're adjusting, if you adjust too much, yeah, that's sweet. But then 6-7 months, a year later, the real you starts creeping through, and then it just becomes problems, and then it's just long. But
Too much.
peace is a big thing for us, man.
Did you say you come across as too much? Like you've came across to them as too
I think
much?
I have an
Do you know what
intense
it might stem
personality.
from? I'm asking this as a question. Do you think that because we see a lack of submissiveness from the woman, because she's so forward, we're like, whoa, I thought I'd be the dominant one here. But maybe she's too, for me, that's too intimidating for me. I can't control this one. I'm gone.
Plausible.
And that's what it might be. It might be the lack of submissiveness that you're giving off, because you're so independently strong and assertive
Right.
with what you're telling him. We're like, oh,
I think if
shit.
you look at the background of that situation, and if that man was able to understand my dating
You've got to match your
experience,
energy.
match my energy, but also if I've gone out with 100 guys in the last 3 months, and I like you,
Yeah.
and I choose you, and I haven't vibed, felt that physical attraction with anybody, I have put in time You are the guy I am vibing with. So imagine from going to talking and texting to all those people, now all my energy's on you. So for you, I'm coming off intense, but for me, I've just pushed everybody else away. And I've put in so much time and effort to meet all those people.
That's a bit draining when you're going from, you're giving your energy to all these men, just trying to find the one that matches your energy. Don't you think that's draining as well at the same time?
It is draining, but
you like it. You said you don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. And also, like, I am a firm believer in you have to try. You have to put yourself out there. You can't sit at home and wait for your pizza guy to show up. I pick you. Because, boy, who else is coming to my door? You have to be out there.
You got to value yourself as well. You know you're a vibe. Someone's just got to match your vibe.
But I think the intensity is something I'm working on. And it's very difficult to go from texting 5 guys a day to now if I'm only texting 1, that means I'm texting you 5 times a day.
Right.
And you're like, whoa. Where did this come from?
Yeah.
So.
It's also almost like you've divided all of this energy up and then you've met someone that you like, yeah? And you're like, it's you. And you're like...
Everything!
I found him!
Yeah.
I found him. You see when it doesn't work out, does that energy reflect? Is it that same energy too? So see like that energy of, I found him! And then it doesn't work out. Is it like a big pour of emotions like, for fuck's sake?
Yeah, no, it breaks me a lot when I feel a physical, mental, and emotional connection. And a big part of me is just like, but you felt it too. I know you vibed with me like that. I know you felt the energy. I know our first date was 12 hours. I know how we were, physically into each other. Why are you walking away from this? Why? What are you afraid of? We obviously vibe. There's something here. You can't fake all of it constantly, the intimacy, the conversations. Just try. What is the worst that's going to happen?
I don't think it's fake what they were going through with you.
No, but I'm saying you can't fake it, though.
The cold feet thing is a thing with men. Like getting cold feet, like, oh my God, that means I've got to just commit to one.
Yeah.
So that's what they go through. It's nerves as well, man. Yeah. Or they could just be like, nah, man, this is too serious.
Too serious, too soon.
I like dating too. So
yeah.
It'll just be like that.
Yeah, I need to figure out, need to pull back a little bit.
Just be yourself. And
just
adjust.
always be yourself, man.
Yeah, be yourself and adjust. But yeah, peace is a big thing with men. I will say that.
Yeah, repeat it.
It is a big thing. But that also, God, there's so many different layers to that, boy. There's so many different layers to that. But listen, thanks for coming, though.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It was good
random,
fun.
Spontaneous one. Is there anything anyone needs to know about?
Chuckie, I'm going to do this every time I'm on your podcast, bro.
Go on.
Capsule, new drops out now. cxpsule.com. We got the new stuff here. We got a ghosting tea that's come out. We've got a little Casper the Friendly ghost in there in the belly. It's lit. Check it out. Over to you.
Is there anything that anyone needs to know about? Like, I always ask people, like, is there something that you watched that you liked? A book that you read? A clothing brand that you liked? A dating app that was really good for you? That, I don't know, anything. It can be anything.
I'm always reading, so I'm currently reading Will Smith's biography.
I'm reading that.
It is very eye-opening.
How's he sounding, man?
It's really good.
How's he sounding?
Very good. You can hear his voice in the words.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
what I do. If
his
I read
voice
his book,
is there.
I hear his voice.
It is very eye-opening. It gives a lot of details and maybe information as to why he is the way he is now. Really giving you a behind-the-scenes understanding of his upbringing and how his childhood
really
has affected him. I would highly recommend it.
Sick.
Really good book.
I'm trying to... I don't know the name. How do I say his name? I don't want to say his name wrong.
You can
But there's
spell it.
one rapper here that I just came across the other day. Someone sent him to me, and he is cold. And I know that doesn't really match the vibe of the conversation we're having now, yeah. But you know what? Go and check him out. Put the thing on the screen, yeah. His name is NSGMALI. That is his name on Instagram. Yeah.
It's the MS threw man off.
NSJMALI.
Bro,
He's cold though.
how do you say that?
Naz.
He's from
Jemley?
Kenning Town apparently.
Yeah, ends.
Young
Yeah.
Buck. And
Nah, he's cold. He's cold.
and yeah, sitting.
That's
part
that
of
real
fights and
London
whatever.
rap, man.
Yeah, so honourable shout out to him. Have you got one?
Yeah, Atlanta.
With
Season 3 with Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino. Apparently it's good, you know.
Season 3 Atlanta's out. And
Atlanta's good. It's jokes, you know.
It's hilarious.
Is it?
The big guy in it's jokes, bro. He's funny, man.
Paperboy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I would recommend Atlanta. If you haven't watched season 1 and season 2.
No, but just give them an insight as to like a synopsis. Like it's about a brer that's trying to bust music in Atlanta.
Yeah. So it's essentially about a guy. Childish Gambino writes it, or Donald Glover.
Yeah.
He writes it, and he's basically talking about their roots from Atlanta, and it's about him managing his cousin, who is an up and coming rapper, starts to blow, but it's like there's so many random things that just happen to them in their lives and surrounding people, and it's also like balancing like that life, family life, baby mama drama, but then in the hood life, but then on top of that,
lifestyle.
and then just random stuff that would happen to you. Like some stuff you can relate to, and some stuff you just. I've never seen plot twists like this in every episode, bro. It's like it's crazy.
Oh, sick. I'll check that out.
Can I give one more?
Go on.
Jason Momoa's series SEE, where the bag of blind people run the world.
Right.
But if you've got sight, you are a witch. It's a good program.
Whoa.
Definitely watch Scandal of Anatomy.
What's that?
No, Anatomy of a Scandal on Netflix. You have to watch that.
New thing on Netflix.
Yeah, on
New
Netflix.
thing.
Anatomy of a Scandal. Everyone watch that so that we can talk about it here, yeah?
Are you guys
So watch
into
it.
sports documentaries?
Yes.
I love sports
documentaries.
American football?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been watching a lot of like
See,
podcasts.
Neymar's one. Ronaldo's.
I was gonna say, if you haven't seen it, American football is my life.
Yeah, it's good. I've been.
There is a show called Last Chance U.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is
What's that on?
absolutely. It's on Netflix.
Last Chance You, yeah?
Last Chance U.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Incredible show. Season 1 is amazing.
I did a job for the NFL here, like, and
Did
it was
you?
sick. Yeah.
Oh my
I learned,
God,
so
I love
it was a
American
lot about
football.
like me learning how the game.
I
works.
played in high school.
Is it?
Yeah, I played in high school, and funnily enough, I've been to more games here than I ever got to go back home. But I never
nice.
miss a game.
Oh, sick.
Every Sunday's NFL Sunday.
Well, listen, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I would have you back actually.
This
I
was a
definitely would.
vibe. This was
I'd have
super
you back.
fun.
Good luck with it all. You know, I hope that like when you come,
You're
back,
gonna
you
send
know what,
some
do you know
dates
what's
my
gonna
way.
happen? Hear what's gonna happen? Yeah. See when she comes back on the couch, she's gonna be like, Chuck, man. I met this 5'5" Don, and I love him.
He turned me out.
White
Yeah.
guy.
I
Nah,
mean,
but
I
listen.
am open to being set up on dates. So if
Okay.
you've got some friends,
Set her
tall,
up with-
built-in,
let's
bearded.
let's set her up with Poet.
Oh, that would be amazing.
who?
Yeah.
Our friend
yeah.
Poet,
yeah.
6'5".
Yeah. Look at her face.
Yeah.
But
Very
you
trendy,
also
very
you have to
fashionable.
also see what
Fashionable.
his type is, right? It's I am open to meeting people, but they need to be wanting to meet me as well. So
We need to
use the pictures.
we'll figure out what his
use the pictures.
what his private life is saying first. We could be getting him into
Before we throw
trouble.
him into it.
We could be getting him into trouble.
Oh my
But
god!
nah,
Imagine
nah.
we
He
went
could be
on a
married
date
or a granddad. No, I'm
and we
joking.
dissected it here from both ends.
Boom. Thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah, love.